Welcome. Let's ease out the vehicle. Let's scrub those minds clean. Let's practice. So gather your stuff, including having a wall, and let's meet on a bolster in Supta. The dorsal hand on the thighs, the palms well open so that the lungs are open. And move the elbows back and the front shoulders will follow. And press the shoulder blades forward to help the chest to get that immediate opening from inside. The eyes closing and the outer ears being drawn in towards each other. The jaw relaxing. Soft, smooth inhalations and exhalations. Relax the ankles. Relax the thighs. Relax the face. Then folding the palms together in front of the center of the chest. Keep the pressure of the hands firm. Keep lifting the center of the chest to the sky. And softly lower the chin. The brain taking a new seat behind the sternum plate, behind the heart. Inhale. And hands releasing. And let's stand up and start right at the front of our mats. This bolster coming a little bit forward, it can also be moved once you find it in Chaturanga and Konasana so that it's supporting the front of our thighs. So right at the front of the mat, spread the toes, lift those inner arches, press into the outside edges of the feet. Lift the arms up, bend the elbows, hold onto the upper arms, pull the arms back and stretch the armpits open. Inhale into those spaces. And then exhale, coming forward, hanging Uttanasana. Keep pulling the arms back behind the ears and pressing the shoulder blades forward. Keep feeling the armpits open with each inhale. You're now releasing the hands to the mat and stepping back over the bolster. Adjust the bolster if you feel that it's not going to reach your front thighs. And from here coming to Chaturanga. Now iron the curve of the front thighs to the thigh bones and feel the legs electrify. Lift the front shoulders up. And then moving forward a little bit. And from here pushing ourselves up to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Be on the tops of the feet, the dorsal foot, and feel all 10 toes, including the little toe, very important, so that the thighs are rolling in towards each other, the buttocks are widening apart, and between them the tailbone is pressing down towards the pubic bone. And now push into your hands and lift the pubic bone up, lift the belly button up, lift the ribs up, lift the chest up. And then turning the toes under, bending the knees slightly, and exhaling back to downward dog with the knees bent. Straighten the arms completely, keep the knees bent. Lift the heels higher so the toes are stretching. Inhale. And with an exhale, straighten the legs completely. Keep the heels lifted. Feel the armpit opening.
Try to see how you can lengthen and broaden the armpits even more. And keep pushing the front thighs back. And then looking up, coming forward again, ready for our second chaturanga. Roll the thighs in towards each other and push out through the inner heels. Feel the legs become firm. Inhale and exhale. Now squeeze those elbows into the ribs and press into the heels of the hands to lift the front shoulders. Iron the curve of the front thighs to the thigh bones. Feel the legs become even firmer. And now push yourself forward. And from here, coming to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Now turn the right hand open, so the inner elbow is facing forward. Turn the left hand open, so the inner elbow is facing forward. And roll the shoulders back. Breathing, feeling how the collarbones can lengthen to open the center chest through the positioning of the hands. And now roll your thighs in, lifting each one up, rolling them in. And be on the dorsal foot, the top of the foot. And I want you to feel a little more pressure in the little toes than the big toe, which indicates that your thighs are really over-rolling in. We want that. Feel the spreading of the buttocks. Now visualize between your buttocks the tailbone and press it forward so that it meets the back of the pubic bone. And now with the inhale, we're going to tighten the pelvic floor and lift the pubic bone up, lift the belly button up. Feel that leg coming, expressing in the center chest. And 2, and 1. Turn the hands back in, turn the toes under, bending the knees, pushing back to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana with bent legs. The arms are straight. Lift your heels even higher. Breathe. Lift the sit bones higher. Press the shoulder blades forward and feel the armpits open even more. Inhale. And with an exhale, straighten the legs completely, keeping the heels lifted, keeping the shoulder blades pressing forward, and keeping the opening of the armpits expanding in all directions. And then looking up, bending the knees, and we're going to walk the feet forward over the bolster, feet the width of the mat, turn the toes in, the heels out, and back to hanging Uttanasana. Keep moving the upper arms back behind the ears. And press the shoulder blades forward, opening the armpits, opening the side chest. And check that the back of the neck is long and relaxed. And let the breath come into this new space. And then bending the knees, press into the heels. Inhaling up and straightening the legs as you stand. Pull the upper arms back behind the ears. Press the shoulder blades forward. And then exhale. And releasing. And standing with the feet together. Talasana. Deep inhalation. Deep exhalation. Alright, taking our bolster and moving it so that it's arm's distance away from the wall, not too far and not too close. Sitting on the bolster in Sukhasana, starting with the right ankle across in front of the left.
turning and twisting Baddha using the wall. Each inhale, lengthening the front spine. Each exhale, pressing into both hands and twisting. Remember, the start of the inhale starts at the pelvic floor, so there's a tightening and the inhale lifts inwardly and up. Holding that as you exhale and twist. And then starting again with the inhale, tightening the pelvic floor, lifting up, and exhale and twisting. And then unwinding. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Get centered. And now changing the cross of the ankles. Left in front of the right. Twisting, finding the wall. Both hands, feeling. And beginning to find the length and the flow of the breath that will guide us. Starting the inhale at the base of the trunk, the pelvic floor, tightening and lifting internally. Feel that lengthening of the front spine expressing through the center of the chest to the sky, and exhale and twist around that. And keep reigniting those inner actions with each breath. And then unwinding and releasing. Alright, let's get 2 blocks and come for an Adho Mukha Konasana with our hands on the blocks and our heads on the bolsters. So we've diagonalized the blocks and the hands are going to go on that now downward dog, and the bolster is going to be for the forehead. If you think you can't reach it or you get into the pose and realize you can't, take a blanket, of course, and build up height so that you do have that support. Okay, placing the hands, lining the knees up with the hands with the bricks, and turn the toes under. Keep the knees bent, don't be so quick to straighten them. Push yourself away from the hands. More and more, feel the armpits open, and keep lowering the head, avoiding that tendency to shorten the back neck. Keep lowering the head, finding the bolster. Now move your feet back a little bit, so there's a little more distance between the hands and the feet. Lift the toes up, lift the heels up so that the toes are being stretched. More and more, lift them up more, lift them up more. Now travel with your eyes up the legs, from both of your feet, up the shins, through the knees, up the length of the thigh bones, and feel the heads of the femur bones coming into the hip sockets. And now that that's activated, inhale. And exhale, straightening the legs, keeping the heels lifted. Iron the curve of the front thighs to the thigh bones. Keep looking for length and broadness in the armpits. Activate that through the arms. And through the shoulder blades, pressing forward. And now we're bending the knees coming back down to the mat, and releasing, coming back up. Alright, let's do the same thing and invert our hands. Give our inner arms and our inner wrists a really nice stretch. Very important for the hands to do this. So turn the fingers down, line the knees up with the hands. The inner elbows really facing the sky. When you do that, the shoulders will broaden. Feel that. Feel those actions so you can reignite them when you're in the pose. And then coming back, keeping the knees bent, just like the last time. And lifting the heels extra high. Press down into the heels of the hands and push yourselves away from the wall. And then inhale and exhale, straighten the legs. And just try to hold a steady presence. And to even out the pressure, through both of your arms and hands the same way you do through your legs and your feet. And then bending the knees and coming back down and moving away. Definitely feel an opening there. And let's just be in Virasana, making sure we're moving the elbows back and letting the elbows also move down towards the ground. Not holding them there, which is tensing all of this area continually. So release the elbows down, deep inhalation, deep exhalation. And feel that new centeredness. Okay, let's now move into active Supta Virasanas. So we are going to need 2 blankets and another bolster, or some cushions or rolled up blankets serving as another bolster, and meeting back on the mat. Alright, let's do the setup together. So we have one blanket here, like this, called the Virasana blanket, and put this way. And the tops of our feet, our dorsal feet, are going to go over these edges. Then we've got the bolster, and the second bolster, and a blanket for the neck and head. And then of course there's this little gap here where things could fall. So we have our blocks here, and it's very easy to put them right there and support that edge. The most important thing is you just want to check your distance before we start. You want to be able to be in Virasana, sitting on this bottom little shelf, and lie back and check that you can touch the wall. So if you can't, press pause and adjust until you can. And we'll meet here in Virasana. Elbows back, and the elbows moving down towards the ground. The chest automatically lifts and opens. Alright, so let's lie back, tilting the pelvis, and lying back, lifting the arms up, and finding the wall, fingers down. Press into the wall, and move the arm bones, the top of the arm bones, into the shoulder sockets. So even though the arms are extended, you're drawing the top of the arm bones into the shoulder sockets, the same way we do with our femur bones into the hip sockets in standing poses. And see what that does to the armpit area. Press the shoulder blades up. Alright, preparing to lift the arms back up, hands down, hands coming up, release the buttocks back, arms in front, interlock the fingers, turn the palms out, the tips of the thumbs touching, elbows back, trapezius muscles down, inhale, and exhale, and back, and exhale, and back, and exhale, and back. And now the backs of the hands onto the top of the head. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Push. Inhale and exhale. And back down. And releasing. Remember which little finger is underneath. For me it's the right. Okay, we're going back down to Supta Virasana. Tilting the pelvis. Always crucial. Lying back down, stretch the arms, and find the wall, fingers turned down. Press into the wall, feel the wall press back at you. As the wall presses back at you, it travels up the arms into the root
of the humerus bone and it draws it into the shoulder sockets. The trapezius muscles are going down the back, away from the ears. And the shoulder blades are pressing up. And the entire topography of the armpits and the side ribs is changing, becoming more sensitive, like a light being turned on in a room, feeling that with each breath, filling those spaces. And now we're going to lift the arms back up and to the ground, sitting back up and lifting the hips up, widening them, sitting back down. Pubic bone lifted, pelvic floor engaged so that the lower back is firm. Right, change the interlock of the fingers so the other little pinky is underneath, thumbs pressing. Turn the palms open. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. And then coming back in and moving the hands onto the crown of the head. Ready? Inhale and exhale. Extend. Bending. Inhale and exhale. Push up through the heels of the hands. Feel the armpits opening. And one more time. Exhale. And then bending and releasing and coming down. Move the front shoulders back, the elbows back, and make sure that the upper arms and the elbows are flowing towards the ground so that the front spine is getting that length, the chest is opening. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. And then coming out. Okay, let's just move these blankets and these bolsters to the side and take one block for our next pose. The block, arms distance away from the wall, and coming to take a seat. And extending the left leg straight in front. Widen the buttocks apart. And let the groin of this left leg move down towards the ground. And then let the outside edge of that left leg move down towards the ground. So really even energies pressing down, the kneecap up, the toes coming back. Now lift this leg and widen it to the outside edge of the mat. And widen the buttock apart again. And then press into the heel, lift the foot up and open it. And then widen it again. As you press into the outside edge of the heel, draw the inner knee to the outer knee, feel the action of the groin, keep this leg firm and solid. Right arm inside, pressing against that leg in order to turn and twist. Maricasa. The inhale, engaging the pelvic floor and lifting up from there. The front spine opening with that action, the chest lifting. And the exhale, igniting more twistingness. Now turn the head to the right, towards the bent leg. But keep twisting the trunk to the left. And 2. And 1. Coming forward. Bringing the foot in. And extending. Alright, changing sides, bending this left leg to traditional Maricasa, and then widening it to the outside edge of the mat, and then pressing into the heel, lifting the foot up, opening the foot, and widening more. This leg firm, equalizing this, the toes coming back, pressing to the outside edge of the left foot so that the knee is staying open. Slide the arm down and start to feel the beginning of that twist.
And then finding the wall behind. The inhale, igniting the pelvic floor and the inner lift of the organs and the opening of the chest. And the exhale around that new length. Now turn the head to the left towards the bent leg. And keep twisting to the right. And then exhale, unwinding, move this foot in, and then bring it in, and extend. All right, Baddha Konasana. So first of all, the right leg coming in, and then the left leg coming in. Widen the buttocks apart. When the block is very firm there, you can really feel the sharpness of the sit bones, and if they're together, you can really feel that too. So spread them, and this helps the inner hips to broaden, and will also help the legs to flow down. We are turning and twisting to the right. And then beginning the breath, tightening and lifting the pelvic floor to get that inner lift that expresses itself by a new length of the front spine and a new opening of the chest. And then back to the front. Redistribute your energy so that you're feeling yourself everywhere. And now let's turn to the left. Really press the feet together for stability. Both hands are necessary. Don't let one overwhelm the other. Keep lifting the chest, lengthening the front spine, and twisting around that new length. And then coming back through the middle. And now let's extend the legs to Konasana. And widen the buttocks apart. The kneecaps facing the sky, the thighs firm, the heels pressing down. Pull the toes back and push through the balls of the feet. Bring the arms in front, cross the thumbs, and as you press the thighs and heels down, inhale and lift the arms up. So be everywhere at the same time. Pull the arms back behind the ears and open the armpits even more. And then bring the arms halfway down, change the cross of the thumbs, check your legs, check your feet, press the front thighs down, press the heels down, and from that, inhaling up. Keep trying to press the shoulder blades forward to open the armpits, to get more length as you press the thighs down. And then bring the arms back down and releasing. And we can bring our feet back in and come out. After a while, the block starts to feel hard. We want that because it's kind of teaching the sit bones. But now let's go back into a nice comfort zone. So let's reclaim our 2 bolsters and a strap and a blanket and do a lovely variation of Supta Baddha Konasana. Okay, this is a beautiful variation of Supta Konasana that allows us to get all the benefits of Supta Konasana plus an extra benefit of keeping this heart center alive and open, the armpits circulating. So we've got one bolster on top of this bolster, and we're going to use our blocks to just support the edges and make them more stable. This blanket and a strap. So let's come and take a seat on this one. And our legs are going to be in Virasana. So first we'll just put them over the bolster and widen the loop. Keep the buckle facing towards you. And now we're coming a little closer, preparing, bring the feet up, put the strap over the legs, hands to the floor for support, and open the legs. So here's where you feel. If you can't open them, the strap's too tight. If you can open them but you don't feel the support of the strap, you need to tighten the strap up. Basically, the outer thighs and outer hips are being really well supported so that the inner groins can relax, no strain. And then we're just scooting ourselves closer to the bolster, lying back, but and scoot a little bit closer until our shoulders come onto the blanket. And here we pick them up and roll them back. And we feel how the bolster is helping to press the dorsal spine forward and the shoulder blades forward so that this is just blossoming as we relax. Zero effort. So just having to create the right placement and the magic happens. And then when everything feels just right, exhale, inhale, and exhale, closing the eyes. And being here with smooth and regular breath, not forcing anything, just rhythmic breaths like waves as the body relaxes and releases.
And now we're going to just open the eyes and with our hands help our legs come towards each other. And pushing ourselves back, the strap can come off. And once our lower back touches the blanket, we can just move these bolsters with our feet. And come and lie down. And place the heels on that last bolster. Roll the shoulders back. And just lying here for a few breaths with the spine connecting to the ground. If your head feels uncomfortable, you can take this blanket and give it a little bit of lift. The cervical spine and the head being supported. As always, those front shoulders rolling back, making the most of this moment of the heart center being well open and resting in that openness. Exhale, inhale, and exhale into Shavasana. And now, bending the knees and bringing the feet to the floor and rolling over onto the right hand side of the body. When you feel ready, the eyes opening. And then the hands and arms helping us to sit back up. And welcome back. Our practice is complete. I hope that you are feeling that energy circulating and how even just a gentle practice brings so much goodness. Namaste.